kids from Sunday school, this is Vanessa, your Sunday school director. Have you ever wondered why your parents have some of the rules that they do? Maybe they don't let you play video games before you do your homework, or maybe they make you clean your room on Fridays. Whatever it is, they probably have a good reason for it. Did you know that God gave us some really important rules to follow too? That's right. Let's find out a little bit more about those rules. God wanted to give the people some rules to follow so they will know the right way to live. You can find these rules in your Bibles in Exodus 21 through 17, which is in the Old Testament. A little while after the Israelites, who are free from Egypt and are on the way through the desert to the Promised Land, God called Moses to the top of Mount Sinai. And once he got there, he gave him 10 important rules. And those 10 important rules are called the 10 Commandments. The first 4 commandments focus on our relationship with God. The first commandment is, you must have no other God. You must have no other idols or worship things other than God. You must not misuse the name of God. And lastly, you should set apart the Lord's Day for worship and prayer. These commandments teach us how to respect God and worship only God. The other 6 commandments teach us how to treat others. These commandments are, honor your father and mother. You must not murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. Don't lie. Don't be jealous of other people. Some of these seem pretty obvious, but they help us to love other people. They also show us how to treat others. God didn't give Moses these commandments because he wanted to be mean and strict. He gave him these rules to help them. Jesus referred to these commandments many years later when he talked to a bunch of religious leaders who thought they were smarter than Jesus. These religious leaders asked God which commandment was the most important out of all of them. He didn't pick one. Instead, he picked 2 different commandments. He said the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, and the second greatest commandment is to love others as yourself. You can find these 2 commandments in your Bibles in Matthew 22, 37 through 40. Jesus pointed out that God's commandments weren't just a list of rules to be memorized. They were about learning how to love God and love others. And guess what? These commandments are true and helpful for us today. So kids, just as your parents have a good reason for their rules, so does God. The whole point is to love God and love others. I hope you enjoyed today's Bible lesson. Have a blessed week.